Hello, Dave here with emergencyprepguy.com. I appreciate you stopping by. In today's video, I just wanted to do a quick update for those of you that are interested in how the honeybees are progressing, coming along. And if you remember, I got my nucleus hive, which is a partial hive. It's a small bee population. I got it really late in the season after all of the fruit trees has bloomed. It was so late I was lucky that I even got one. And so I didn't expect a lot of honey or much production from it this season. The main goal for this year was just to increase the bee population and fill out the hive. And they did a good job at that. We've got a really good population towards the end of the season. If we'd had a couple of months more of growing season, I think we would have quadrupled the amount of honey that we got at least. So anyway, that's how that's going. I'm going to show you the 12 pounds of honey that we got. I'm going to show you the one honey super that they almost filled up. And then even though we just got an early snow, I'm going to take you out there. It's warm enough. The snow's melting. It's in the 40s. I don't think I'll hurt the bees if I just lift the lid and just give you a quick peek inside. I won't take any of the frames out or anything. So this will be a really short video. So let's take a look. Okay, here is the jug of honey that we got out of the one honey super that was almost full. I think there was one frame in there that didn't have any honey on it, and a couple other ones that were missing one side of the frame that the bees hadn't put any honey on. And this container is, one that you buy from a local honey producer here that we ate all the honey out of, and it cleaned the container out, and then I put our honey in it. So this is not Cox's honey, this is our honey. And I'll show you real quick inside. Looks like honey. Kind of fun. Okay, here's the one medium honey super that we had on the hive that the bees had almost completely filled up like I described. This is the leftover wax. The way that we harvest it, since I didn't have a honey extractor, was we basically just took a spatula and scraped. This was all built out honeycomb full of honey, and we just scraped it down to this plastic frame. That'll cause a little bit more work for the bees because they'll have to rebuild all that wax to put honey on it next year. By next year, I plan on having an extractor, and then I'll only scrape off the frames, the wax that we want to save for wax that we want to use. This was the basically paint filter that I used, like a cheesecloth sort of, and all the honey drained through. And then once as much drained out of it as could be drained out of it, then we squeezed it to try to get more out of it. And once we felt like we had all the honey out of it that we could get out of it, then we just soaked this in water, and the rest of the honey, since it's water soluble, soaked into the water, and now this is not sticky, as you can tell. So that's beeswax that my wife's going to make candles out of. I'm coming out here now to show you the beehive. Got my little tool. You'll notice I don't have a mask on, a veil I should say, or any protection, any gloves or anything. And I should be okay because as cool as it is, the bees I don't think will be overly active. I'm only going to peek in there and show you. I have gotten stung twice too doing that. When I was messing with the bees one time, and I think I had the veil on, I just didn't have anything on my arms. And when the bees are buzzing around you, if you get scared, then that's when they get angry, and I was working, and a few of them landed on my arm, and everything was fine. Nobody stung me. And then as I was starting to put things away, a couple came and landed on my arm, and I jumped a little bit. And when I jumped, that's when I got stung twice. But other than that, these bees seem to be really, really gentle. And like I said, I've come out here a bunch and never had any trouble. I usually always have the veil. If I've just got to do something quick, just kind of show you how gentle my bees are. I've come out and just done a quick little thing on the hive several times without even a veil, which I don't recommend. Most of the time I at least have the veil on, even if I have bare arms. So let's spin this around and I'll show you. I moved the hive from over there to over here in these fruit trees, just because I'm doing some excavation and stuff, which I'll show you in another video. I'm building a greenhouse and I didn't want to be running all that heavy equipment around the beehive. So here's the bees, the beehive. I have their winter insulating dark cover on the outside. I'm gonna back this up a little so you can see better. And there's a little insulator blanket that goes there. There you can see I've got a pretty good little batch of bees in there, and I've got a big batch under this thing too, so I better get it back on there. Come on guys, scoot out of the way. Come on, scoot out of the way. I don't want to smash you. Alright, so now let's put this back up here. Got to make sure I got enough room in the front so they can. You're supposed to have a deeper inner cover there than you see that I have. This is just a thin inner cover, and I have a deeper one on the way, and then it'll fit a little bit better. But it's working fine. It's still insulation. It's not that cold yet. There we go. Get it on there. Okay, well, I hope that was interesting. I appreciate you watching the video all the way to the end. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you in the next video.